I haven't brushed up on my Chinese, and my usual go-to icebreaker whenever I meet a friend from China is Pak-China Dosti Zindabad. Ladies and gentlemen, this song was first composed back in the 70s, and just like Farooq was mentioning his childhood, indeed in the 70s it was all the vogue. But for the newer generation, for those, the CPEC is going to be so important, and it is going to bring in that wave of prosperity, that brilliant future that we are all aspiring for. We now have redone the song. It is done by one of the finest composers and singers of Pakistan, 𝐂𝐏𝐈𝐕𝐄, and the young performers. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome this song that we have in our hearts and our minds.
In a new way.
In a new way, Pak-China Dosti Zindabad. Please welcome 𝐂𝐏𝐈𝐕𝐄 and the performers.
Thank you very much. That was Tahir Ali Bagha, who rearranged this historic song, the famous song, Pak-China Dosti Zindabad. And absolutely correct, Pakistan and China united can make miracles happen, inshallah. Ladies and gentlemen, the China-Pakistan economic corridor has transformed the landscape of Pakistan. The first decade of CPEC's game-changing development has removed the bottlenecks in Pakistan's infrastructure, the network, and ended crippling power shortages. We all remember those. Building upon the success of the first decade, the China-Pakistan economic corridor is entering in the next phase of high-quality development.
Indeed. Today we celebrate the milestone of having completed 10 years, but for CPEC and for China and Pakistan, this is just the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, CPEC is all set to bridge the gap between economic growth and social development by focusing on poverty alleviation, on education, on health, and of course, gender mainstreaming. In decades to come, CPEC will make Pakistan a hub of geoeconomics, geographical connectivity, and economic integration.
It is indeed a flagship project. And ladies and gentlemen, now I would be honored to request the chief guest of today's ceremony, Special Representative of President Xi Jinping and Vice Premier of People's Republic of China, His Excellency Mr. Lifeng, to kindly come and deliver the message from President Xi Jinping and also address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Special Representative of President Xi Jinping and Vice Premier of People's Republic of China, His Excellency Mr. Lifeng.
尊敬的夏巴兹总理、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家晚上好。现在，我宣读习近平主席的贺信，值此中巴经济走廊启动10周年庆祝活动在巴基斯坦隆重举行之际，我仅表示热烈的祝贺。中巴经济走廊
CPEC is an important pioneering project of the Belt and Road cooperation. Since its launch in 2013, our two countries have been advancing CPEC under the principle of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits, and have achieved a number of early harvests. This has added new impetus to the economic and social development of Pakistan and laid a good foundation for regional connectivity and integration. It is a vivid testament to our all-weather friendship and provides an important underpinning for building an even closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future in the new era. Going forward, China will work with Pakistan to aim for high standard, sustainable, and livelihood-enhancing outcomes, continue to improve overall planning, and expand and deepen cooperation,
进一步打造成为高质量共建“一带一路”的示范性工程。无论国际风云如何变幻，中方将始终同巴方坚定站在一起，携手同心，砥砺前行，弘扬好铁杆友谊，统筹发展与安全，开展更高水平、更广范围、更深层次的合作，推动中巴全天候战略合作伙伴关系迈上新的台阶，为两国乃至地区的和平繁荣做出更大贡献。预祝活动取得圆满成功，祝愿中巴友好万古长青。中华人民共和国主席习近平 2023年7月31日。尊敬的夏巴兹总理、女士们、先生们、朋友们，我很荣幸作为习近平主席特别代表，同各位相聚在美丽的伊斯兰堡，共同庆祝中巴经济走廊启动10周年。习近平主席高度重视发展中巴关系，高度重视中巴经济走廊建设。在刚才宣读的贺信中，习近平主席充分肯定了中巴经济走廊建设取得的积极成果和重大意义，对走廊建设和中巴合作给予了深切关怀，提出了殷切希望，为下一步走廊的发展和中巴务实合作做出了战略指引。中方愿意同巴方一道，按照习近平主席贺信指明的方向，以更大的力度、更高的标准、更高的效率，推进中巴经济走廊建设，将其打造成为高质量共建“一带一路”的示范性工程，为中巴全天候战略合作伙伴关系持续发展注入新的动力。今年是共建“一带一路”倡议提出10周年，也是中巴经济走廊启动建设10周年。10年前
10 years ago, President Xi Jinping proposed the great vision of the BRI and neighborhood diplomacy of amity, sincerity, mutual benefit, and
巴基斯坦积极响应，中巴经济走廊应运而生，蓬勃发展，成为共建“一带一路”重要先行先试项目。2015年，习近平主席对巴基斯坦进行了历史性的国事访问，中巴关系提升为全天候战略合作伙伴关系，确立了中巴经济走廊1+4的合作布局，走廊建设步入快车道，中巴经济走廊建设秉承和平合作、开放包容、互学互鉴、互利共赢的丝绸之路精神，开创了共建“一带一路”构建人类命运共同体的成功实践。10年来，能源、产业合作为重点的合作布局从蓝图变成现实。瓜达尔港已经具备全作业能力。
The Sukur Multan motorway and the upgraded 𝐾𝐏𝐻 Phase 2 are now open for traffic. The first cross-border optical fiber cable between China and Pakistan, Pakistan's first urban railway Orange Line, and the first HVDC transmission line between Matiari and Lahore were put in use. The Sahiwal coal-fired power plant was completed ahead of schedule at an impressive Punjab speed. Power plants in Port Qasim, Hub and Karalt were completed and put into operation. The Rashakai Special Economic Zone is up and running, and cooperation on agriculture, science and IT regional economic growth. It has set an example of mutual trust and common development. Over the decade, CPEC has promoted development and the truck drivers and commute greatly reduced. And many people no longer have to worry about frequent power outages. CPEC has brought significant changes to many ordinary people and has set an example of people first and shared benefits. Over the decade, CPEC has promoted women cooperation and has become a corridor, and is also a bond of friendship that brings our two peoples close together. It is a new benchmark for China-Pakistan friendship. Over the decade, Chinese engineers and Pakistani workers have worked hand in hand and in close coordination. They have set up buildings and built roads in some of the most impossible places, performing so many touching scenes of collaboration, excellence, mutual trust, and mutual support. During COVID, workers from the two countries overcome the difficulties to ensure the smooth operation of completed projects and steady progress of ongoing ones, writing stories of mutual support and women cooperation. CPEC opens up a new chapter of China and Pakistan community with a shared future in a new era, and sets an example of mutual support and good neighborliness. Here, I pay tribute to the diligent and courageous Pakistani people and to Chinese and Pakistani workers who participate in CPEC. It is your support, contribution, and hard work that turns CPEC from vision to reality. Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, friends, looking forward, China-Pakistan cooperation and CPEC will embrace new historical opportunities. China is following the guiding principles of the 20th CPC National Congress to apply the new development philosophy, foster a new development paradigm, and pursue high-quality development, and advancing the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation through a Chinese path to modernization. Pakistan is also exploring a path to industrialization, modernization, and sustainable development. We should continue to aim for high-standard, sustainable, and livelihood-enhancing outcomes, step up coordination and cooperation to build an upgraded version of CPEC, to break new grounds for high-quality development of CPEC, so as to promote an even closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future, bring more benefits to our two peoples, and make our own contributions to regional or even world development. To this end, I would like to propose the following suggestions. First, jointly building a growth corridor. We need to stick to the set blueprint and implement the long-term plan of CPEC. We should strive for an early start of the ML1 upgradation project, improve the overall planning for industrial park cooperation, and further promote practical cooperation on various fronts to help Pakistan achieve sustained, steady economic growth and achieve national prosperity. Second, jointly build a livelihood-enhancing corridor. We need to put the people first and deepen cooperation on industry, agriculture, health, education, training, and people's well-being, and to carry out more small and smart livelihood projects. We need to develop human resources, create more jobs, so that more dividends of CPEC can be shared among the Pakistani people. Third, jointly build an innovation corridor. We need to follow an innovation-driven approach, give full play to relevant working groups, and expand cooperation on new areas such as high-tech, mobile communications, e-commerce, AI, and smart cities, to inject more impetus to CPEC with innovation. Fourth, jointly build a green corridor. We need to uphold green development and forge greater synergy between the Green Silk Road with the Green Pakistan Initiative. We need to prioritize resource saving and environment protection, step up cooperation on green investment, infrastructure, agriculture, and disaster relief, and follow a path of green and low-carbon development. Fifth, jointly build an open corridor. We need to uphold openness and inclusiveness, actively step up communication and coordination with regional countries, welcome the participation of third parties in CPEC, and promote the extension of CPEC so as to advance regional connectivity and economic integration, to share cooperation opportunities, and pursue common development and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, the world today is marked by volatility, and the changes unseen in the century are unfolding faster. Humanity is facing unprecedented risks and challenges. Not long ago, Chinese Premier Li-Qiang and Prime Minister Shehbaz had two productive conversations and meetings, reached many new and important consensus. China is now carefully implementing these consensus. China and Pakistan are good neighbors, friends, partners, and brothers. Our joint effort against challenges will play a significant role to peace, development, and stability of our two countries and the region. China firmly supports Pakistan in safeguarding its national sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity, and in pursuing national unity, social stability, and economic prosperity. We are sure that the diligent and courageous Pakistani people will create a better future with their own hands and focus on development to hold the future of Pakistan firmly in their own hands. The road ahead for Pakistan will be wider, and the prospects for Pakistan's development will be brighter. China and Pakistan are bonded by shared mountains and rivers and common interests. Our two peoples share a time-honored and rock-solid friendship. CPEC is an accelerator of cooperation, new engine for growth, and a planter of friendship. It is further deepening our all-weather friendship, and we have gained valuable experience from it. First, sticking to strategic guidance. President Xi Jinping and the Pakistani leader attach great importance to CPEC, and they have devoted personal efforts to use every meeting and exchanges of letters to exchange views, which provides top-level design and sets the direction for CPEC. Staying committed to extensive consultation and joint contribution. On the basis of full consultation, we identify cooperation areas, priorities, and models, and bring more Chinese investment and technologies to Pakistan, and more quality Pakistani products to the Chinese market and homes of Chinese households, thus realizing complementarity and winning cooperation. And staying committed to people's well-being. CPEC belongs to the people. It covers large areas and benefits a large population. Whether it is infrastructure such as power plants, roads, and ports, or it is exchanges and cooperation in industry, science, and training, CPEC always follows the people-centered approach and is committed to creating a better life for the ordinary people. These precious experiences come from practice, and we should cherish them. We believe that as long as we implement the guiding principles of President Xi's message and implement the important consensus reached between Premier Li-Qiang and Prime Minister Shehbaz, China-Pakistan cooperation and CPEC in the next decade will make new progress in the next decade, and China-Pakistan relations will embrace an even brighter future. May Pakistan enjoy prosperity and its people happiness. May China-Pakistan friendship be everlasting. Chin-Pak Dosti Zindabad. Thank you.
Fei-Chun Gan-Xie, thank you very much, Excellency. That was the Vice Premier of People's Republic of China, Excellency Lifeng. And we are very honored to have you here in Pakistan. And as I mentioned, longevity, trust, and fraternity are the phrases used to describe Pakistan-China friendship. This is such a unique and unprecedented relationship which has always ignited the imagination of our people.
Ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate this momentous occasion, the milestone of completing 10 years of CPEC, one of the salient activities is issuance of a commemorative postage stamp and a beautiful memento. The stamp will serve as a tangible and enduring tribute to the accomplishments made through the CPEC. Moreover, this memento will represent the enduring friendship and collaboration between the Iron Brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored now to request the chief guest of today's ceremony, the Vice Premier of People's Republic of China, Excellency Lifeng, and Honorable Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, to kindly come up on the stage and personally reveal the commemorative stamp and coin to mark the decade of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. A big hand for both the dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. This is a historic moment for CPEC, 10 years down the journey, and it's just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, these designs that will soon be revealed not only commemorate 10 years of CPEC, but the lasting friendship between the two countries. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now request the Excellencies, the Honorable Vice Premier, and the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly place their hands on the globe, and as they do that simultaneously, the digital reveal will happen.
What a historic moment, ladies and gentlemen. The decade celebration of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The senior leadership of Pakistan and China present here.
Excellencies, may I request you to please step forward as we now have the commemorative memento being presented. Ladies and gentlemen, this memento has been prepared in Pakistan, and it captures the essence of the successful partnership for economic cooperation between the two countries. It's a beautiful reaffirmation of our commitment to strive together to make a community of shared future.
And this picture will go down in history, absolutely, Siddha. May I now request both the dignitaries to kindly move to the commemorative envelope, which is designed by the Chinese side and has been brought all the way from Beijing to Islamabad. Both the dignitaries will sign on it and endorse the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. This selects the 4 representative projects, that is 1+4, initial layout of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and highlights the long-lived China-Pakistan friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, a historic moment for Pakistan and China. We have the senior leadership, the Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, accompanied by the Vice Premier of People's Republic of China, Excellency Lifeng.
Ladies and gentlemen, this envelope has come from Beijing and indeed is a historic moment. With this, we would like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency, Mr. Lifeng, the Vice Premier of China. Thank you, sir, for being present here.
And I would now like to request the Honorable Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, to kindly address the August gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Excellency Vice Premier Lifeng, honorable members of the Chinese delegation, honorable ministers, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. Excellency, thank you very much for visiting Pakistan and have time to celebrate jointly Iron Brothers from China and Pakistan, the 10th anniversary of CPEC. This great journey of friendship between Pakistan and China started immediately after China won its independence back in 1949. But this journey was accelerated through sincerity of purpose and commitment by many great Pakistani leaders, starting from late Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto,
who made very valuable contribution in terms of promoting this friendship. And then, in between, all subsequent leaders were very committed to promote this friendship. And therefore, this is a unique friendship, a unique relationship where the entire spectrum of Pakistani nation, people from all walks of life, all political parties, all institutions, they are committed to this great friendship. And then in April 2015, Your Excellency, President Xi Jinping was very kind to visit Pakistan. Of course, that was a visit which was postponed earlier for reasons well known to us and not to be described here. Had that delay hadn't taken place, these CPEC projects would have blossomed and some of them would have been completed much earlier. In April 2015, this agreement of CPEC was signed between President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. And then we saw at lightning speed, projects were undertaken and completed. This is still in our memory that at that point in time, power outages had crippling impact on our industry and agriculture. Our exports were damaged irreparably because foreign importers would not trust Pakistani exporters because we didn't have energy to manufacture those export orders. Our agriculture had become pale. Our industry had come to a grinding halt. And thousands of workers were out of jobs. Excellency, this was the time when CPEC came to Pakistan's rescue. And as you said, that some of the projects were completed in a record period of time. This was under the joint leadership of President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. I will not go into details because those have been very ably explained by you and Dr. Professor Chaudhary 𝐂𝐏𝐿. Suffice it to say that an amount of $25 billion were invested during this period. Hundreds and thousands of job opportunities were created, and production and exports were enhanced. I think this was a game changer, and this was the result of the vision and commitment and friendship President Xi Jinping has for Pakistan and the people of Pakistan. And Vice Premier, you were a linchpin. At that time, you were the chairman of NDRC. And I know for a fact, because I had dealt with you in those days along with my colleagues, you were very helpful to support CPEC projects speedily. And my friend, Vice Minister Sun Weidong, he was our ambassador not only ambassador of China, but ambassador of Pakistan as well. He was very supportive. He was very helpful. I can go on and go on. And this story of great friendship will not end, but the night will fall. Vice Premier, we had other segments today in this ceremony. We had to drop a few of those because of devastating incident of terrorism which took place in Bajor yesterday. And our heart goes out to the families of the departed soul. And this is, again, a very important subject of our joint cooperation. We have to jointly deal with this menace. Pakistan has paid a huge price. Almost 80,000 Pakistanis have laid their life to fight this menace of terrorism, and we defeated it effectively years ago. And it is a great commitment and a great manifestation of our will to fight this menace till it is wiped out, not only from the face of Pakistan, but also in this region and in an extended way globally. Excellency, now we are entering the second phase of CPEC, which is even more interesting and extremely helpful in promoting investments, progress and prosperity in Pakistan and also in the region. And you have highlighted important areas of this second phase of CPEC, which is high quality development, which is growth corridor, special economic zones, livelihood corridor, innovation corridor, green corridor, and openness and connectivity. There is an effort, Your Excellency, to bypass Pakistan by some countries in this process of connectivity. And I have no doubts that Pakistan and China together will fill in the gap, and this corridor, which already has been established between North and South, will extend in many ways to include the entire region and also other parts of the world. Gwadar, you have rightly pointed out, was a few years ago was a small village. Today, it is a busy city with huge potential in times to come. Gwadar port will become very busy, and I think CPEC will ensure Gwadar one of the most busy ports in the region. And our government is placing due focus and efforts to develop this port with full speed and commitment. We have allocated sufficient resources. Electricity has now been available in Gwadar. Drinking water is available. And further developments are on the way as I speak. Excellency, Pakistan is going to turn around its economy by the grace of God through our multiple initiatives and programs. But let me, at this point in time, thank you and thank President Xi Jinping and thank Chinese government and people for supporting us at this critical juncture. Loan rollovers by Chinese banks, including Exim Bank, Bank of China, and other commercial banks, state-to-state safe deposits to the tune of billions of dollars in the last 4 months has been of immense help to us. And I can assure you from the core of my heart that myself, my colleagues sitting here, Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, Finance Minister Ishaq Dar, Planning Minister Ahsan Iqbal, and all other colleagues sitting here and government officials, and the people of Pakistan in the 4 nook and corner in this country will remain ever so grateful to you and President Xi Jinping for supporting Pakistan financially in this very difficult time. And we shall never forget this very kind generosity and favor of yours for all time to come. But I want to say and add something here. We want to move away from these loans and borrowed monies, sums of monies. We want to move away from having handouts, aid and doles. We really want to stand on our own feet. We really want to show to the world that our people are brave people. They have great tenacity, great energy, and they are capable of facing the most difficult challenge and yet survive. The discussion and negotiation with IMF has been one of those challenges. And together with your support and our brotherly country's support, we have sailed through this storm successfully. But now is the time for us to have a reflection, introspection, and pause, and to carve out our way forward, which will make Pakistan and Pakistani look decent, respected in the eyes of our friends and foes. And the only way forward is to emulate Chinese model of growth. Even today, with these very difficult circumstances around the globe, your annual growth is still around 5.5%, which is commendable. And of course, in time to come, it's going to further improve. Your Excellency, this is where we need your support. This is where we need your expertise and learn from your experience. It is not a joke to take 800 million people out of the pit of poverty. Today, they are great contributing hands in the development of China, just in a matter of 3.5 decades. It's no less than a miracle. It has not happened anywhere else in the world. And therefore, it has happened only through visionary leadership's dynamism and hard work and untiring efforts, and a journey of sweat and blood. I would be extremely grateful that today we agree to announce joint working groups to evaluate this growth model and convert this into, under Pakistan's prevailing circumstances. And I want to assure you, this nation, 220 million people of Pakistan, all political parties, political leadership, military leadership, judiciary, doctors, engineers. On one thing, there is total unanimity that China is our true and most sincere friend. Here is the time that we should now make use of this opportunity, because time and tide wait for none. This is an opportunity we want to cash upon. I would like to request you and propose that let's constitute a joint committee to look into these matters and come up with a sound proposal and which we can jointly implement with great speed. And I have no doubts, ladies and gentlemen, that Pakistan soon one day will stand on its own feet. We won't have to beg and borrow. We will generate our own resources through untiring efforts as the Chinese have done. We will alleviate poverty as China did. We'll provide jobs as China did. And that will be the biggest gift we can offer to our ancestors. That will be the biggest source of satisfaction to those millions who gave their lives for Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate this great day, this great event in this spirit, and inshallah, we will be marching in that direction very, very speedily. Pakistan, Cheen Dosti, Zindabad. Pak-China friendship, Zindabad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif. And we'd like to request you, sir, to give us about 5 more minutes of your precious time. Thank you very much. Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, it is very gratifying for us that Chinese brothers and sisters address people of Pakistan as Bathe, which means iron brothers. China is an all-weather friend. I would like to reiterate that during all times, all seasons, all weathers, good or bad, China has always stood with Pakistan, whether it's economic collaboration, cooperation, whether it is military collaboration. China has always been there for us. Siddha, you must have noticed, as Prime Minister Saab also mentioned, there was a very unfortunate incident yesterday in Bajor. We lost more than 50 lives, martyrs, and the whole nation is in a shock, and we are deeply grieved. We stand by our people and all stratas of our public, whether they are artists, any society they belong from, we all stand with those people, with those families who lost their dear ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is often referred to as a resilient nation. Unfortunately, these incidents of terrorism, of hate crime, and of intense emotions as they come out, they have caused a loss to every strata of society. There's not a single household in Pakistan that doesn't know someone that they have lost personally. But we are resilient. We are going to brave it.
Absolutely.
And as you see on the stage as well, there are performers and peoples that present every ethnicity, every provincial language and culture of Pakistan.
And diversity
as we stand
of Pakistan.
in solidarity.
Absolutely, Sidra. And we've fought war on terror before and successfully fought it. And inshallah ta'ala, we will defeat extremism and we will wipe out terrorism. That's the resolve of the government of Pakistan, inshallah ta'ala. The hustle you see on the stage, sir, as you mentioned, we had prepared a cultural show for our Chinese friends, our guests, Excellency. But unfortunately, due to this incident, since the whole nation stands with those families who've lost their dear ones, we had to drop it on your specific instructions. But all the artists prepared for it for the last 2-3 months. They've been preparing, and they're all here. So they just wanted to come on stage, and we would really be honored.
Ladies and
Yeah, if you could accompany Excellency Lifeng and come on the stage and have a photograph with all these artists of Pakistan coming from all areas of Pakistan.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we invite the dignitaries up on stage, may I also request an iconic musician from Pakistan, Ali Zafar, to please also be joining us. And of course, we have Sahir Ali Bagga and many others. Just as we said, this is a whole kaleidoscope of Pakistan's folk music, of its colors, of its dresses. We have with us prominent artists like Uruj Fatma, Gulpana, the Fortitude rappers,
Abid Brohi from Balochistan, and Ali Zafar is very popular in China. You know that, Sidra?
Absolutely. We have all of them present here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful kaleidoscope of the Pakistani culture. We stand in solidarity. The resilience of the country has been tested many times, but the state, the nation, the people, inshallah ta'ala, and of course with our friends from China, will defeat terrorism.
This is a historic moment again for all the artists. Please put your hands together for all the hard work they put in. But in solidarity with the people of Pakistan, we had to drop today's cultural performance for our Chinese friends on the specific instructions of the Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
The music, of course, represented all the beautiful provinces of Pakistan, from the Makran coast to the Mehran Valley, to the beautiful peaks of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, to the plains of Punjab. Ladies and gentlemen, we also had the Indus Saga that, of course, begins a journey in China and flows through the length and breadth of Pakistan to reach its final destination, which is the Sea of Arabia. So we had a beautiful story of the Indus Saga, but inshallah, some of the other days.
Yes, thank you very much, Prime Minister, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif. Thank you very much, Vice Premier, People's Republic of China, Excellency Lifeng, for joining us here tonight. It has been a great night. It was an honor to host you, and I hope you will come back again, and Pakistan and China will build on this strong bond of friendship and brotherhood that we have amongst ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the honorable delegation from the People's Republic of China. And may we also request you to give a big round of applause to our performers who have been working day in and day out.
With this, we come to the end of our program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Kindly remain seated. The dignitaries in the first row can proceed to the exit. Pakistan, Zindabad, Pak-China friendship, Paindabad.
इक़्तिसादी राहदारी मनसूबे के 10 साला तकरीबात में शिरकत पर चीन के नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म का शुक्रगुजार हूँ। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने तकरीब से खिताब किया। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म का कहना है कि आज का दिन दोनों मुल्कों के लिए एक यादगार दिन है। चीन ने तरक्की का सफ़र हिम्मत और लगन से तय किया। चीन और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान मुनफरद दोस्ती का आगाज़ हुआ। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने अपने खिताब में कहा कि शहीद ज़ुल्फ़िकार अली भुट्टो ने चीन और पाकिस्तान की दोस्ती को फ़रोग़ में अहम किरदार अदा किया। सदर शी जिनपिंग के दौरा पाकिस्तान के मौके पर CPEC का तोहफ़ा पाकिस्तान को दिया। CPEC के बहुत से मनसूबों को वक्त से पहले ही मुकम्मल किया। चंद मनसूबों पर अभी भी काम जारी है जो तकमील के मराहिल में है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने अपने खिताब में कहा कि तवानाई बहरान को ख़त्म करने में CPEC ने अहम किरदार अदा किया। तवानाई बहरान पर काबू पाने के बाद पाकिस्तान की बरामदात में इजाफा हुआ। $25 अरब से ज़्यादा की सरमायाकारी CPEC के तहत हुई। लाखों अफराद को CPEC के तहत रोज़गार के मौके मुयस्सर हुए। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने कहा कि चीनी क़यादत ने हमेशा पाकिस्तान के साथ दोस्ती को निभाने में अहम किरदार अदा किया है। सानहा बाजोड़ का जिक्र करते हुए वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि CPEC की 10 साला तकरीबात को सादगी से मना रहे हैं। दहशतगर्दी की लानत के खात्मे के लिए मिलकर काम करना होगा। चीन के नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने तकरीब में शिरकत की और इस तकरीब से खिताब करते हुए चीन के नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म हे लिफेंग ने कहा कि CPEC की 10 साला तकरीबात में शिरकत करके खुशी महसूस हो रही है। CPEC से खित्ते में समाजी तरक्की का दौर शुरू हुआ है। CPEC चीन और पाकिस्तान की दोस्ती के नए दौर का आगाज़ है। CPEC बेल्ट एंड रोड मंसूबे का हिस्सा है। चीन के नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ही लिफेंग ने कहा कि पाकिस्तान चीन दोस्ती हिमालय से बुलंद और समुद्रों से गहरी है। दोनों मुल्कों के दरमियान तारीखी दोस्ताना ताल्लुकात हैं। CPEC के तहत अर्बन रेलवे, फाइबर ऑप्टिक समेत मुख्तलिफ मंसूबों को अमली जामा पहनाया गया है। चीन के नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि CPEC ने दोनों मुल्कों के बाहमी मफाद को नई जला बख्शी है। तवानाई, ज़राअत, रेलवे, IT समेत मुख्तलिफ मंसूबे शुरू किए। CPEC के तहत पाकिस्तान में सड़कों का जाल बिछाया गया है। न्यूज़ स्टूडियो से अब तक के लिए इतना ही।
2016 में नवाज शरीफ ने IMF प्रोग्राम को खैर बात कह के पाकिस्तान की मईशत को इस्तेहकाम दिया। 2018 के बाद नाअहल ने मईशत तबाह की। पहले कहा कि खुदकुशी कर लूंगा, लेकिन IMF के पास नहीं जाऊंगा, मगर मईशत को तबाह करते हुए IMF के पास गया। फिर सख्त तरीन शराइत पर मुआहदा किया, फिर अपनी हुकूमत जाती देखकर अपना ही साइन किया हुआ मुआहदा तोड़ दिया और मईशत को डिफॉल्ट के दहाने पर ला खड़ा किया।
कोई तरीका नहीं छोड़ा, हर